So, it's time to scream in this funny bada bing. So there's that, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing. We'll be dead within 5 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. So. Hello everyone, and welcome to another iteration of DBA Downtimes, a spin-off or offshoot of our weekly tabletop RPG running the anime campaign or Epithet System known as Destruction Bench Agreement. Destruction Agreement, or DBA as we call it, takes place in a fighting tournament-like organization. It is a tabletop RPG, and as tabletop RPGs tend to be, there's a focus on combat and gameplay in that sense, and a big focus on roleplay. It is an RPG after all. And whereas we have our other spin-off series that focuses on the combat side of things, downtimes are basically a way for our characters and other things within the world to be explored in a primarily roleplay based circumstance that's more of a low-key, off to the side thing comparatively. Again, primarily roleplay that compared to the usual DBA isn't shown to the world on television, I suppose, unless otherwise specified. So it's basically a way for characters and whatnot to interact in whichever ways we so deem necessary. And in specific, this is another one of the short stories, which is a slight subcategory of downtimes, although at this point a little bit more common than the base downtime, where it's more of like a specific cutscene or event, or as it seems more often nowadays, introducing a new character that exists. So with that going on, that's one of those today. So let's introduce people that are involved here. I choose Kakapo first.
Hi, I'm Kakapo. I'm GMing this whole thing right here. Roche and I, I'm running the whole thing. I'm the one who set this up. Me and Roche decided a thing needed to happen, and yeah, I just set this up, and we're gonna run it. And I'll explain the scenario in a bit.
Yep. And similarly, as mentioned, we've got Roche.
Hi there, everybody. It's me, Roche. You might recognize me from such hits as Slime or Lizard. I'm playing the new character.
Yeah. Meanwhile, hey, I'm Patronix or Soleil, whichever you prefer. I'm here because none of these chuckle fucks stream, so, bada bing, bada boom.
I apologize.
They got me into it, so, I'm here. If there's any problems with the stream, let me know. And, yeah. Before we get started, if you're new around here, and you want to know when, where, how, why, you can catch up with more of the things we're doing here on this Twitch channel, whether it's more DBA related things, if you want to know the context behind some of these, other tabletop games, video games, anything else we may end up streaming, make sure to join our Discord server. If it'll, copy paste, there we go. Fine dining, yes, wow! There's the link. Go there and get notified when, where, how, why we're streaming. And get involved with community stuff if that's your thing. And of course, make sure to follow and sub to the channel if you haven't already. It helps a lot. And with that being said, I believe I'm gonna hand it off to one of the two of you. So,
Yeah, I'll take it. So, effectively, what this short story is much as our good friend Soleil has mentioned, this is going to be one of those short stories where a new character is introduced, because just as a meta-contextual context thing, I recently finished a character for Roche, making it for them and all. Took me an entire calendar year on exactly, and we figured, hey, since there's a high likelihood that this motherfucker is gonna show up in something soon, let's just establish their deal now, so that isn't left to, so we can show it rather than tell it. Even though this won't be established on cameras, it's going to be very helpful for our audience to just, get a grasp on what's going on, at least. So, without further ado, opening narration. The hypothetical, but not literal in this case, camera pans over what we now know as Bloodstone Island, the location of the Reformation prison program ran by one Izuru Andromeda. However, as some might have seen before, not only is this item home to a Reformation program, but it is also home to a collection of native peoples that have seemingly lived there as far back as anyone can remember. Today, in this seemingly blazed trail of sorts, having been here for a while, we follow one of these natives. In fact, one of these natives of rather higher standing. This is Kanoho Vataka, and he is going on a morning jog. And Roche, take it away with any opening monologues.
Kanoho is walking along, just stretching out, getting a morning workout in, as well as limbering up for the day ahead. Considering he is one of the Vataka lineage, lineage is supposedly a word for it, but more of the Vataka family. They feel like it's their job to, get themselves ready for the day ahead so that they can go around and do their leaderly sort of things. Feels nice to get the breeze along my skin and all of that. Walks along.
Yeah. Kanoho, you sort of look at this path. As mentioned, it wasn't here before, he showed up. Rather, this was an innovation proposed by Izuru to cut travel between the dense and often dangerous forests of this island. And while claimed to be ecologically friendly, well, how do you feel about this? There was a little bit of deforestation involved after all, so.
Kanoho, probably having passed through this trail multiple times throughout his life, has probably gotten over it to an extent, considering its helpful utility. It's a trip path. It can help cut down travel time. But again, looking at it, seeing some of the remains of roots and stuff, they ponder it again. Man, I suppose, maybe at some point I could get some people to plant back over here. It seems like some of the land is still damaged. Takes in a deep breath. No worries, I can get that handled at some point. I'm going to be chief after all, so I can pretty much do whatever I want. And if it's good for the island, big upsides. Thumbs up. Sort of would have patted the ground a little bit before standing back up and continuing. Kanoho seems like a big nature's guy, considering how he would pass by and touch some of the leaves as he goes around. Not really picking anything, but just generally feeling at the land and what they have to give. At their back, as they walk along, they sort of take out what appears to be a trident of sorts, but rather than it being the trident everyone would typically know of being metal, steel, or the like. His is made of wood, which is weird. Not really looks like a real weapon, but with the finesse of someone who, you know, knows how to use a trident, he spins it around and just quietly condenses some of the water around him and splashes it onto some of the trees as he walks along.
Yeah. And as you go through this, one of many trails, you begin to realize, you begin to hear sort of a commotion by the beach.
Something in
Almost
need
like-
of doing.
Yeah. Just shouting and just general, like, stuff like that. Sometimes the boys who who hang out here, kind of can get pretty loud, but it's much more loud than usual. So
Let's check it out. And he would put his trident back on his back, and he would, you know, increase his pace from a jog to more of a sprint.
Exactly. Let's go over to this next map. Over here, we just see like a bunch of like natives, sort of like almost like cheering a little bit, as like some of them are grabbing onto strings, but what the strings are attached to is yet to be seen, at least from us, at least from our perspective. And they're all just seemingly like shouting, cheering on, whatever.
Hey there, boys. We're working on something. Need my help?
Oh my god, dude, sir, just sort of points.
Oh, you
Just-
don't need to
just
be
not-
so formal. Call me Kanaho. Come on.
Yeah,
You know
Kano,
me.
yeah. It's all fine. Yeah, shut up. Dude, we just got in like the biggest like fish harvest ever. Like,
Oh,
like a
that's
motherfucking
good.
came up. Yeah, we're like trying to like pull it in, and just, you know, like Kanaho, you see some of the front lines just pulling in as hard as they can. Some of the others, like, you know, helping, like, you know, like, yeah, come on, dude, look, we can do it, like grabbing onto their backs, all that stuff.
Well then, everyone, not to worry. I've got this one handled, and, you know, we can do it all together as well. He takes his trident, and, you know, with his usual flair, he begins to spin it, readying to use his hydrokinetics, as he moves to grab onto a rope as well.
But as you begin to do that, you begin to see sort of like the tension of the strings in each of these fishermen sort of loosen just a tiny bit as you see someone approach. Soleil, here you go.
So I assume that in this case, Ada comes swimming? Question mark. Over.
Swimming, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like wading in the water.
Yeah,
This
wading
is
in the
much
water,
very chill.
with the ropes being held fast by various of these, or riding a manta, various of these manta around her, clutching onto said ropes and bringing them in. All right, come on, we almost got this.
Yeah. And Ada, with your help and a final heave from everyone else, you finally get the net close enough that many of the fishermen can start collecting the harvest.
Nice.
Yeah, you know
Mate.
Kanaho. You've seen him around.
Yeah. And-
Kanaho kind of like, you saw them like mid like spinning their trident. Now it's just sort of held up in the air, and they're kind of just in a pose, no longer spinning it, just kind of holding it, and they slowly lower their arm like, oh, I was prepared to do my thing, and now it's done. Not like, they don't say that, but just like the vibe of like, ahoy.
Ahoy. Yeah, sorry, Kanaho. got here a little late. As she, I imagine, would basically briefly manifest or either manifest or have one of her manta sort of go a little under the water and flop up, kick up, and basically give her a little platform to kick back up onto the shore proper.
Yeah.
As she just lands fairly gracefully, puts her hands on her hips, and looks back to the harvest that they've brought in. Oh yeah, it's like they were saying, one of the biggest that we've ever seen here. So.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna be eating, feasting good for a while. Don't think we'll need to do a whole lot for at least maybe a week or so.
Probably. It certainly looks like something for a week. Well, if you're here then you can probably get this the rest of this handled then.
Yeah, sure. He rubs the back of his head a little bit, his hair ruffling. Ada, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't, is there anywhere else on the island that needs my assistance? I've kind of been, gearing up to do all I can for my people and all that. So, I'm ready.
Let me think. She scratches the back of her head.
Well, Ada,
Yeah?
you did hear that, they're going to start constructing a bridge, nearby the mountain, so...
Right.
Maybe that could be something.
Yeah, I don't know if they need help or anything, but I heard them talking about, by, one of the mountains over there, waves her hand in associated direction. They're building a new bridge, so might need your help.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could probably do that. I know a thing or two about wood carving. Holds the trident a little bit more, tosses it up, catches it, puts it back on his back after he's done pulling the fish in a little bit more. Well, thanks for that. You keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, gotcha. Don't worry, this is all, in my capable hands right here. As she looks back. If you're heading over there, looks like I'll stay here a little longer. Don't worry, they're all good. She takes a look back over all the people and fishermen handling all the various fish as her mantas sort of swim around, either helping or if nothing else surveying, and she puts her hands back on her hips and looks around just surveying.
And Kanaho, as you sort of seemingly missed participating and helping out this seemingly huge bounty of fish, you decide to help out with something else. Maybe you're needed something elsewhere. There's got to be something for you out there, right? And can you see this area, by the way?
Yep, I can.
Got it. So, Kanaho, you come up from the bottom here, and you notice a seemingly giant, sand wall. Almost as tall as you. You kind of have to stand on your tippy toes to peek over.
This is a new facet?
Yeah, and sure enough, when you peek over, there's Union right there. Another one of the Bloodstone prisoners.
That's Union over there!
Yeah.
Union's out
what's
here
Union? Yeah, what's Union
twirling his signature bazookas that he's making and just blasting at the rubble here to get it out of the way. Alright, time to make some room. No more of this old junk.
Yep. And let me grab just yeah, Union just yeah, you're basically just clearing some rubble. You make a bigger explosion than that. Your Union burns after all. Boom. 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 And
Kanaho, if he had a shocked icon, he would be using it.
Yeah. whenever the things would clear, while I can't alter the rubble on the map layer, we can pretend it is long gone. A sizable crevice in the mountain, fit for perhaps something like construction, like you've heard, Kanaho, could be done here now.
Kanaho would basically grab onto the top of the wall and like toss himself over it and be like, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" Union turns around. You're the one of the princely guys. Howdy there, friend. I'm just making way for the bridge by blasting a hole in the side of this mountain. I mean, yeah, you know, there's a place for it. Who told you to do this? Where is everyone else?
You kind of hear from the top mountain. Well, first off, it was your chief who gave this command. Union was just around to take it. You look up and you see one Cyprus Florence sitting on top of this.
Spellbinder.
Edge here. Yes, Vataka. Oh, I guess that's too big of a term. You go by Kanaho, yes?
That's my name.
Good, yes. Well, yeah, second of all, this seemed to be the best place for it. I know since you're a big environmentalist, don't worry, we are too. So is, your chief, after all. We figured doing it someplace here would be the most environmentally safe and most practical.
Yeah, and don't worry, the missiles don't leave behind anything, they just kind of fizzle after they're done. Epithet and all that. Yeah, I know, epithets. Yeah, seeing that Cyprus isn't like that disquieted by the Sky Union goes back to his usual chippy demeanor. So,
Yeah.
you're just, so this is just gonna be like, fine, there's nothing that's going to be as a problem from blasting a hole in the side of this giant rock edifice? No, nothing like that?
Well, since we have this proper crevice, I mean, normally the construction crew would handle something like this, but unfortunately, we've deemed it too dangerous for a person to do. But luckily, we've got reinforcements, and Cyprus just sort of like, waves their hand towards the sky, and you see sort of like a crackle across the signature Bloodstone purple clouds and all that. And all of a sudden, just behind you are a bunch of Bloodstone automatons carrying lumber equipment.
Oh. I see.
Alcano and Union 2, I appreciate your help, but I'll be overseeing things from here.
Oh, yeah, I'll
that's
get
a-
lost. I'll find something else to do. Maybe I'll
Yeah, no,
pick
your
on
work is
Dwayne a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead. Your work is much appreciated, and, I suppose yours is too, Kanaho. Just sort of, goes from sitting to standing and just sort of stands atop this, crevice, sort of, jacket billowing in the wind, sort of twirling, or not twirling, more so, grasping onto their staff as they oversee these, automatons. This one steps forward, waits for Union to pass,
Yep, good boy. No, not wanting to mess with these folks.
and just these automatons begin getting to work. The automatons have been used for practical purposes more recently, aside from just security. So it makes sense they're doing something like this. But you know, still 5 fucking automatons, or 6, I should say.
You guys get them, big guys. I'll go do something else. Hops back onto the wall. You
Yes,
make
have a
this
good
wall,
one.
by the way, or is this like...
Briefly constructed of sand, yes. Don't worry, it'll go down after the construction's done. We just don't want nobody getting near it and getting themselves hurt, is all. You saw what Union did, and now you're seeing what these guys are capable of. I hope you understand.
Yeah, sure, I understand. Slides back over the wall, kind of feeling a little bit bitter with how they're being referred to by Cyprus, but it's not like they're going to show that in public, you know. That's not a leaderly thing to do. They just sort of shrug it off and go. They think as they're walking, and you know, they decide. I assume this is the next scene. They're just gonna go to their little secret spot that they know of, considering nothing really needs to have their help.
Yeah, you got it right on the money. And as you continue on with your day, you head back into the forest, but instead of just going on the trail, you head into the woods, deep, deep into the woods, which, by your knowledge, the new wave, as they've been called, the recent Bloodstone prisoners that have arrived within the past 2 to 3 years, uh, are forbidden from entering, and most natives that have a sense of self-preservation probably wouldn't enter anyways due to the dangerous creatures that dwell within. But you're Kanaho Vitaka. You're confident in your own safety, and besides, this is a spot where you and a certain member of the Vitaka clan also meet up. Let me just get this track set up.
Where am I on this map?
I don't think I put you down, which is my mistake. That'll be fixed.
That was their mistake.
Yep. Kanaho, you're just pushing through the incredibly dense, temperate rainforest. Could be called. That's the environment here.
Come on, which one is it? I know I've been planting recently, but come on, it's gotta have. And after a little bit, here we are. Cracks neck, knocks on it.
Familiar tree. Yep. You knock you knock once, twice, third time. And before you, it takes a little bit, but before you, a bright flash of periwinkle light emerges, and Marama appears. Yo, hey, what's up, big bro?
Hey there, Marama. How's it going?
Good. I mean, you know how it be with me.
Yeah.
Yo, I was just, ever been to Timbuktu?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, I stole a bunch of shit from there. Here, here, just passes off some like priceless artifacts to you.
They take it and they're like looking over it. Huh. Wow, this looks like a bunch of garbage.
I mean, yeah, it's a bunch of garbage, but you can pawn this shit off for like thousands, maybe even millions, depending on how desperate they are. Yeah, nah, it's great. She just sort of like takes it and like claps her hand. She like claps her hands and like they teleport away from your hands. So, I mean, how things been with you? She like walks like up a tree, like with her like feet, and then like lays down a branch. Shit's treating you well?
Well,
The Izuru's new disciples, messing with you too hard? Is that what's going on?
I mean, no, the new wave are relatively fine, I guess. There's nothing wrong with them.
Of course they are, yeah.
I'm just, you know, a little bit concerned. I mean, you're a Vitaka as well. I know you probably keep this in mind, but I mean, don't you notice how, you know, as of recent, the villagers have been kind of relying a little bit much on these guys? I mean, I'm not saying they're not supposed to be here or anything, but like, isn't it like weird? The way that Cyprus person talks to me, like, of course I'm not expecting anything special, but like, come on, man.
Please don't let Cyprus get to you like that. They're just a very distinguished individual. That's how they talk to everybody. Like, it doesn't really matter. Except, like, I don't know, some of those DBA folks and like the chief and Mizuru himself. No.
Yeah, and Zuru, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really consider it a problem. I mean, I don't know. Like, what are you gonna become some sort of like conservative like pundit or whatever and trying to like eliminate like healthcare or whatever here? Is that your angle? Like, I know it's not. I'm just fucking with you, but you know,
Marama,
like,
you know I don't know what any of those words mean, but now, I mean, apart they make sense, but together they're kind of dumb sounding. But, I mean, no,
Indeed,
again,
yeah,
it's fine for them to be here, I guess. If they want to be here and that's their whole prerogative, that's fine. I'm not saying they shouldn't help because at least they're earning their keep or so on, but like, I mean, turns to Marama. If I'm gonna be chief one day, right, and the people don't look to me for the assistance, and they're looking at these weirdos with epithets, not you, of course, but, you know...
Oh no, it's fine, you can call me a weirdo.
All of these randos with epithets, like, I mean, where's the room for me to do things?
I see. Marama just teleports right next to you. You're jealous.
I'm not fucking jealous.
No, think about it. These people come in and you think they're doing their job for you. And listen, I get it. I'm also a chief candidate, and I'm totally gonna kick your ass at the exams.
Marama.
But, yeah?
It's more than that. They sort of put their hand on Marama's shoulder. I mean... something doesn't feel right, you know? I mean...
Care to elaborate?
Well... I don't know. All of these quote-unquote modern changes from Izuru, they burn down trails, they blast holes in mountains, they damage our home. I mean, of course it's for, I suppose, good reason, but do you know why Izuru came here in the first place? How he even got here?
I mean...
Doesn't that seem a little bit weird?
No, wait.
Marama fucking left it to conspiracy!
Don't you know why Izuru even came here? You've said too much. There
Sorry,
you
I
go.
had to... Sorry, sorry, I had to piss real quick.
Yeah, totally. That's what it was. Fucking continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Well, according to stories you told me, came here by accident. Kind of washed up here. Naves
Through
took
the
care of
storm?
him. I mean, you've seen him. It's pretty fucking tough.
I mean,
believe
yes, he's strong, but I mean... I don't even think one of the quote-unquote Pentagon of Power could walk through it. He can? That guy? I mean, I think Cyprus has twice their muscle mass.
I mean, come on, the man can shapeshift. You haven't seen, like, the guy's actual fucking muscle mass, like, I
He
don't
can
know.
shapeshift?
I mean, yeah, like, one of us can do it, so he can do it.
Kanaho rubs their face. I don't know. I don't mean to be, like, questioning this guy, considering, I mean, of course, what he did for you. He softens a little bit at that, but, like, I just find it a little bit strange. He can come here, he can use our natural gift, the Lexicide radiation, as he named it, and, he can use it to channel your epithet and the epithets of others. He can mess with epithet users. He's got a pretty lofty deal set up with the chief. I mean, it just feels like there's something more to this, and I kind of don't like it.
Marama just sort of like, you know, is like looking up in the sky, just sort of thinking, processing what you're saying.
Do you even know how he's able to do that?
Part specifically?
Like, channeling the Lexicide radiation, I suppose. Because I don't think I've seen any of us able to do it. He can?
I mean, Again, hearsay from what he's told me. So, I mean, trust it as much as you're going to want. You're already pretty skeptical of the guy. But, dude studied this stuff a lot. It's kind of a resource unknown across the world. It's kind of a thing only known here. And dude's absorbed a lot of it, so much more than, you know, taps the patches, the green and red patches on her skin. Much more than any of us have inside us.
Well, then
I
that's
assume
great.
that's how he can do it.
Then theoretically, I should be able to do it myself.
Theoretically, with enough training, yeah. Of course, I don't really need to do it. Plus, I don't really want to fuck with Lexicide radiation like that. It just shrugs. You know, epithet user and all. But,
Yes, I'm sure it would be a little more dangerous for you.
yeah. I mean, I guess if... I'm gonna judge you for being skeptical. I mean, your reasonings, your logic's sound and all, I guess.
I know, right?
I guess my... Shut the fuck up. Just sort of, like, elbows, him with her human arm, her flesh arm, not her robotic one.
Yeah.
But I guess my one question for you is, what are you gonna do about it?
What am I gonna do about it?
Yeah, are you gonna, like, challenge this guy's rule? Or something? Or, I guess, Izuru's rule? Or whatever. Maybe... Uh, that's a weird way to phrase it. Are you gonna challenge Izuru in general, I guess?
Right now?
Like...
Probably fucking not.
Yeah, good fucking idea.
I'm gonna get fucking strong. I'm gonna come back. I'll be able to rival that fucker someday. I mean, imagine this guy from across the fucking world comes and he can channel the Lexicide radiation in however long it took him. How long do you think it's gonna take me? And besides, what? He thinks that, coming here, being able to channel our natural gifts that easy, like, oh man, why don't I go to where he comes from and, oh, right, the fucking storm. That's right. Well, I guess I should focus on the Lexicide radiation stuff first.
Marama like flips herself upside down completely, like her center of gravity being the exact same, but she's still like floating upside down. Oh no, I wonder if there is anyone on this island who has the ability to teleport.
Oh man, I
Goodbye.
really do wonder.
Goodbye. She just leaves. Uh, a couple moments later. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Where do you wanna go?
Well, I suppose if you're offering me a one-way trip to wherever, you know where this guy comes from? Know if it has any sort of merits?
Homeland, not really sure. Guy's a little secretive about his past,
He kind of
so,
like looks at Marama with this look of yeah, a little secretive, little secret keeper.
yeah. Listen, listen, he, he's entrusted me with some of it, not all of it, but some of it, and it's clear the guy has a lot of guilt on his shoulders, so wouldn't chalk it up to that. But just sort of points up. There is this place, that would be really good for your training.
And what place is
You know that
that?
show? You know we all, you know how me and all the other Bloodstone people are just watching the show all the time?
Oh yes, on the view boxes or whatever.
Yeah. So that's like, yeah, the one show that we all kind of like consistently watch, Destruction Bench Agreement. So that's like a real thing. It's like actually happening. Uh, and it's a really good place for training. And
How'd
who
you watch
knows?
something that wasn't real?
Just sort of like stops and it's like, all right. Listen, you know, I know you're skeptical of like, you know, the Bloodstone Reformation program and like all the people within it, but like you could probably like ask them stuff about the outside world. They'd probably like just tell you.
I mean, yes, I know I could ask them. Again, it's not like I have problems with any of them. I've met with them and they seem rather nice, all things considered. It's mainly that I don't want to get too attached to these conveniences or whatever, you know? I think I'm
That's
fine
valid.
just being myself.
I mean, yeah, that's valid. Just sort of
But
shrugs. Well, anyways, on to the
yeah,
main
this destruction
subject.
bench agreement.
Yeah, really good place to train. Like, I mean, aside from me, aside from myself, I haven't heard of any like incredibly young people, any people to reach class 3 at an incredibly young age. Yet, you know, there's plenty of people who've reached higher echelons of power just by going there, and in an incredibly short time too. That's why
Huh.
Izuri's gotten such interest in it. You know, helping the training program come along.
Oh. So he's got an interest in it, huh?
Yeah.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Guess that'll be one way to show him up. Go there myself.
I mean, yeah. If that's the hill you're gonna die on, I ain't gonna deny my big bro. Uh, I like Marama just sort of like I ain't gonna deny my big bro a way to finally challenge me. She just flexes her power. An immense amount of like seemingly spatial and temporal radiation flares throughout her, and it dies
Sorry.
down. So I mean, if you wanna become the chief and give it to Izuru, I mean, you know, not saying
When she
I'd
did. Sorry.
condone, yeah, not saying I necessarily agree with the notion. I mean, however, I ain't gonna deny you anything like that.
Yeah. Seeing her be like, "Oh, you can maybe finally challenge me," Kanaho is just like, "Oh, come on, don't be like that. I could always challenge you if I really wanted." They wrap their arm around Marama's shoulder and then like pull them in for a little noogie. It would just be a little bit too easy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Knock it off. Or listen, I know many like trash cans I could fucking stuff you into right now, dude.
Yeah, all right. He lets her go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how's this whole plan sound? You help me go to this destruction bench agreement or whatever. I bring you back whatever fucking random nonsense I find. If I find any cool stuff, maybe some of it I'll make
Sure.
into cool dedicated objects, like, you know, pulls out his trident, the Oceanic
Yeah.
Emperor, and you know, eventually when I get strong enough, I come back, I fucking do that dumb lecticide radiation nonsense he does, figure out how to do that is, and then bam, we're in business.
Sounds like a fucking plan. Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out, little sis. Just
Yeah.
reaches
No
to, you know,
problem.
do the arm clasp friendship sort of thing.
Yeah. She lifts up her uh is it his left or right arm?
Left.
Left, Marama's cyborg arm is her right. Yeah, so she takes out her cyborg arm and clasps it. Not like too hard, but you know.
Yeah. Let's get this shit
Yeah.
let's get this shit started.
Yeah. Just like she looks at you very seriously for a moment. Don't try to like assassinate him or anything like that. Like if you really want to challenge shit, just play fair, please.
I'm not gonna challenge him or nothing.
Yeah, I don't want you or him to be in any danger, but yeah, I mean, if that's how we're going, sure thing. Let me just she takes out her cyborg arm and almost brings up like an interface with like coordinates and like a holographic map. So I want to teleport you here and I think it'd be really funny to put you in the non-binary restroom. Goodbye. She just all of a sudden before you could say anything else. All right. I hope he. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Dude's gonna be like so fucking confused when he gets there. Hold up, I gotta like tell him so many things. And Marama quickly just teleports, presumably after him. And that's where we're gonna end this short story today.
Yowza wowza, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah, I hope that I hope that was a fun introduction to this character.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you, Roche, for being here today, and thank you, Soleil, for streaming this.
Yeah. Despite my body's wishes, it was all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I hope you get better.
Yeah, listen, it's not your fault. It's just my body hates me.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's how it be sometimes. But yeah, thank you regardless.
Yeah. So, of course, if you're new around here, you enjoyed yourself, and you want to know when, where, how, why, you can catch up with more of the things we're doing here on the Twitch channel. As mentioned earlier, you should join our funky Discord server. Ooh, there's the link. So go there and get notified. It was a fun time. Thank you all for watching, as always. Always a great time. And of course, big thank you to Kakapo and Roche for constructing this in the first place. And we'll see where this story goes.
Yeah.
But for now, until next time, thank you all one last time. Good night. And say goodbye to chat, everybody. Yo!